Let's talk about Jimmy Garoppolo right now. He's won 2 games in a row. He's played about 4 good games in a row. He really isn't limiting the offense right now. In fact, he seems to be driving it pretty well. What do you think of Jimmy's recent performance?
I love it. Look, I'm never going to say he's John Elway, okay? We're not going to do that. He has limitations, and we know it. But when we were watching this morning, and again, we haven't done this in a while, sit and watch a game together. He's at the games. I'm at home. Jimmy has a lot of guts. He stood in the pocket when there was all kind of chaos, and he went through his progressions. I admire that. Other times, when the pocket was breaking down, I never saw him do it before. He would run to the right, or he'd run to the left. He'd move the pocket.
Yeah.
To me, this is very impressive. Plus, he was throwing outside the numbers for good yardage and good passes. And this, to me, is new behavior. What about you?
He also threw the ball away, which is key. Because in the past, he wouldn't, and he would force the ball, and he would get intercepted. And he's not getting intercepted that much. Maybe it's going to come later on in the season. But right now, he's actually managing the game and converting 3rd and longs, which is not good. Very, very good. It's surprising. It's to the point where you can't really – he's not – I used to call him the arsonist. He's not anymore. He's not the weak link. He's not the arsonist. He's not a reason that you have to run 40 times a game. You've given him all these receivers. He's got a great running back he can throw to, a great tight end he can throw to, multiple wide receivers. It seems like they shouldn't be so scared to pass anymore.
A cliche way to say it is he's rising to the occasion.
He's rising to the occasion.
Yeah.
And he's in a contract year, so he's going to be a free agent next year. And he's making himself a little bit more money every single week. You got to admire it.
I got to admire it because his career was in the dumper. And it wasn't his fault. The Niners dithered and didn't know what to do. But you want to say something different.
Well, I mean, he didn't play well down the stretch. He got hurt, but he didn't play well down the stretch last year, and I don't think teams really wanted him that much. He had to take a huge pay cut. Some of that's on him. But what we're saying is he's actually making strides and improving for the first time in 5 years, and that's great. And he's making himself some money too. But you're right, the Niners were complicit with that.
Yeah, and I think we could agree if you say there's a problem on offense, we used to say Jimmy was the problem. He's not the problem.
He's not the problem anymore. Now, the right tackle is a bit of a problem, but the problem on offense is way bigger than a right tackle or the quarterback. We'll talk about it later. But this is a very good development. If the quarterback is no longer the problem, who knows how far this team could go, especially when the team that everyone was so excited about in the NFC just lost and has a quarterback who hasn't really proven much in the league yet.
Yeah, I mean, you could even imagine eventually they may have to play Philadelphia. I would say maybe a week ago you would say Philadelphia would kill the Niners. I wouldn't feel that now. I feel it's a game. It's a football game.
What's interesting about the Niners is they seem – let's take the Chiefs aside because the Chiefs destroyed the Niners, but any team in the NFC, the Niners seem like they could match up with. They're just as talented at and could beat. But they have to establish a standard first, which would probably go along with establishing an identity, which I don't think they've done yet.